everyone, my name is Siti HAJAR. So I'm going to start this presentation with the introduction of population and demographic change. So as we know that the world's population continues increasing, so the demographic change in any shift in the population that has an impact on development, and this change occur due to the country's development. So there are numerous demographic changes taking place, including immigration, urbanization, life expectancy, and death rates, birth rates that occur within the context of a culture or community. That's all from me, and I'll pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good day to Professor Mashita. My name is Muhammad Fatah and I will be discussing the problem statements of population and demographics. So in this context, a few problem statements arise in this topic and the factors along with the future planning to overcome these problems. So firstly, population growth can impact the ecosystems, and looking deep into this obstacle, currently, especially in Malaysia, the government and companies are hastily building skyscrapers, but to achieve this, they must have a lot of resources in terms of workers in the area. So rapid urbanization and the vast arrival of migrants can harm the land, water and daily energy consumption. Next, the demographic transition can cause a fall in birth and death rates. Birth rates in industrialized countries have fallen, and in many of these countries, they are still falling below the levels required to sustain or maintain population size and age distribution. This contributes to population aging, which has important societal and economic implications. A woman's decision to have children, as well as her right to select the frequency and spacing of her pregnancies, is heavily influenced by her financial condition and the ability of effective birth control and her access to higher education and employment possibilities. Another issue is also the lower fertility and death rates, common in many Western countries, and it has several negative social and economic consequences because a smaller workforce is necessary to sustain a greater senior population who rely on social security benefits. These problems can bring effects such as influence productivity in terms of living standards and investment of the economy. And secondly, older people and different family forms bring some problems that can impact healthcare systems, pension schemes, and health resources. So to prevent this, the responsible party should promote sustainable development by balancing population growth and distribution with environmental resources and ecosystem to ensure long-term stability and prosperity. Climate change and environmental degradation can be prevented by implementing policies and practices that minimize greenhouse gas emissions, save water and energy, and safeguard biodiversity. Moving on to the next slides, there are a few objectives regarding this topic. Firstly, explore the demographic patterns. This is to identify the factors that influence population growth, declines of shifts and on birth rates and death rates, as well as migration trends. Secondly, analyzing the drawback that arises during this event by recognizing the problems that happen in the communities that can cause social change throughout everyone at every age. Next, the purpose of this task is also to analyzing how immigrants can affect the demographics in a country and identify the birth rate in Malaysia that is rising rapidly, including the immigrants. Moving on, by this assignment also we can discuss the effects of immigrants that threaten the safety and disrupt the society, in order to raise awareness on how immigrants can exploit our country in terms of job opportunities, education, and many more. Furthermore, to prevent the issue becomes worsened, this task aims to recognize intervention and convention strategies by suggesting thoughtful ideas for society at every age to create positive and progressive living. Last but not least, discussing the right method to prevent unemployment rates and through providing high skill development to the employees to increase their opportunities to get the job they desire. As the population increases, the competition will also increase. That's all from me. Thank you.
Social changes in population and demography brought out various issues all over the world. In Malaysia, the shifts in fertility rates significantly impact the country's demographic landscape. In the year of 2020, the fertility rate for women of reproductive age in Malaysia experienced a notable decline from 1.8 children in 2019 to 1.7 children. What's driving these changes? The main factor lies in the evolving lifestyle of women. According to the National Statistics Department, women are influenced by the development evolution, choosing alteration in early marriage and economic status. This is seen through their active participation in labour and educational sectors. But here's the catch. These lifestyle shifts create less interaction within families, hindering family growth. The consequences is, the reduction in fertility rates accelerates the aging rate of the population. Fast forward to 2030, Malaysia is expected to have approximately 15% of its population aged 60 and above, officially earning the label of an aging country. This term is used when the elderly make up 15% or more of the entire population. As we navigate these changes, Malaysia faces challenges in maintaining a balanced demographic structure.
Second issue that occurs when dealing with population and demographic is unemployment of fresh graduates. When focusing on socio-demographic changes, unemployment among new students becomes a measure of economic progress. Their employability is challenged by the lack of jobs that match their skills. In addition, population growth such as immigration benefits both labour and reproduction. In fact, in 2018, about 56.4% of foreign workers were semi-skilled workers. In addition, local students have to compete with relatively skilled migrant workers, which do not match the job and market opportunities of the policy. In addition to that, this also tends to lower birth rates because the younger generation does not have enough income and work to support their families after marriage. This is the main reason why the younger generation is delaying starting a family, because they want to improve their finances and their life first. Next is migration. On January 27, 2023, this is the day that RTK was introduced by the government as Workforce Recalibration Program. The program ensures that the foreign workers work lawfully under this country legislation. Therefore, the growth rate in Malaysia is predicted at 2.1%, including net immigration. According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia, the population is expected to rise 33.4 million in 2023, largely due to the influx of immigrants from 2.5 million in 2022 to 3 million in 2023. However, free movement of migrants poses that a threat due to demands for freedom. Also, this problem on migration leads to higher levels of robbery, drug abuse, gang formation, and other related vices. Consequently, the migration problem becomes a serious matter among the Malaysian population and demography.
In recent years, technological progress has taken center stage, taking over sectors like medication and labour industries, providing benefits that are undeniable. From saving time in production to enhancing accuracy and flexibility, machines have transformed the way we work, making tasks less dangerous and faster. Yet, with these advantages comes a double-edged sword: unemployment issues. The existence of machines in industries often leads to a preference for automation over traditional human labour. Rapid technological development introduces artificial intelligence (AI) and automation on a huge scale. A staggering 40 to 50% of workers with low education levels are at risk of automation by the mid-2030s. Job opportunities now demand high skills and mastery. Jobs that don't require expert skill, such as food preparation and serving, face the highest risk of being overwhelmed by automation. Efficiency gains often lead to a reduction in the workforce as companies streamline processes. Employers might choose technology that allows them to achieve the same output with fewer workers, potentially leading to job reduction or even cancellation.
Issues and challenges are interrelated. Every issue has challenges that need to be faced. Same goes when dealing with social changes. Therefore, I will present the challenges that arise when dealing with social changes that occur in population and demographics. The first challenge is the aging population, where the government is confronted with a decline in the working age population, where only a few people have jobs due to the rapid aging population. This leads to a shortage of qualified workers among fresh graduates because senior workers work past the standard retirement age. In addition, The government needs to allocate more money when the aging population increases because they are more likely to have chronic diseases that need special treatment. Thus, it indirectly increases taxes charged to citizens in the country, which will burden some people who have financial problems. Lastly, an increase in the aging population may cause unfunded pension, which the government is burdened to pay for the pension of the current retirees. The second challenge is the inclination of fresh graduates, where there are only limited opportunities for employment. Thus, fresh graduates will struggle to keep up with our current economic situation because they are either unemployed or work in improper jobs, which can lead to poverty and increased social gaps. Thus, intervention from the government is highly needed by providing financial assistance. However, too much intervention will lead to lazy individuals who depend fully on assistance instead of standing on their own feet.
Furthermore, an increase in population may arise due to migration, while the skills gap can be filled and cause harm to society due to the increase in trade levels and exploitation in our country. So the large numbers of migrants disrupted society by taking indigenous rights, and it will also increase the number of unemployed because of the lack of job opportunities to provide to everyone, which will increase the rate of poverty. Thus, the government will struggle to maintain and lessen the social class in society. In fact, it also contributes to religious and cultural diversity, where there could be underlying stereotypes or prejudice between different religions and cultures that can contribute to racial discrimination and inequality that may harm society as well as the peace of the country. Not only that, the numbers of students increase due to marriage migration and will affect certain type of education and training. Some of the factors that contribute to the education adjustment are gender, ethnicity, urbanization, pre-university academic preparation, and perceived adult status. For instance, female students excel in studies more than male students because more female students graduated. While for ethnicity, it shows that students with a minority ethnic background struggle more in adapting to university life compared to those with a non-minority background, while students who live in urban areas can access information easily due to the high speed of Wi-Fi and advanced facilities compared to students in rural areas. In addition, studies found that STPM students score higher in their examinations than other pre-university students due to their effective preparation, and also that self-perceived adults were less involved in deviant behavior and excel in academics than emerging adults. On the other hand, as we enter the modernization era, technology has the potential to transform economies that were previously based on agriculture and handicraft into economies that are based on large-scale industry, manufacturing, and the factory system. New machines mean fewer workers needed that can cause the number of unemployment is growing. The factories are mostly powered by the new machines, new power resources, as well as new ways of organizing work, and will increase the productivity and efficiency of those industries. The increase of unemployment will have an impact on the government in order to provide allowance to them. Most unemployed will get involved in social problems such as robbery, drug dealing, and murder in order to gain money quickly. As a result, mortality rate expands from time to time due to lack of funds to meet basic needs, including medication.
Next, we move on to the methods of dealing with social changes that occur in population and demographics. So in order to create resilient and inclusive societies, addressing social changes brought about by changes in population and demographic necessitate a multimodal approach involving individuals, communities, and governments. One strategy to deal with the societal shift brought about by population and demographic shift is to create a society that is more inclusive. While demographic shifts are frequently viewed as a problem, they can also be viewed as a fantastic chance to create a society that is more cohesive and accepting. So in the modern world, a nation's power is determined by the knowledge, ability, and skills of its citizens. For example,
encouraging women to enter the workforce, luring foreign talent, integrating minorities, and enabling the elderly to continue participating in their communities, economies, and public life long after retirement. Regardless of population size, inclusive societies have a higher chance of thriving and are far more resilient to demographic change. As was previously mentioned, chronic diseases that call for more care and specialized treatment are more common in the health issues of elderly people who work past the legal retirement age. Giving seniors the assistance that they need to continue being active and be healthy members of society will help to overcome this obstacle. Society as a whole is aging as fewer children are born and a large number of young people are leaving to work overseas. Many people still view aging society negatively, viewing it as a burden on the young and a threat to the welfare state. As the idea of retirement age becomes more flexible and older people are the engine of an ever-growing economy evolving according to their needs and preference, there are enormous potential gains when people have access to education and healthcare throughout their lives. These people can enter old age with useful skills and in a good health, and they can also remain active participants in the economy and society. It will be harder for recent graduates and young people to find jobs and obtain work experience for their own personal growth and development if the majority of older workers are working past their legal retirement age. Therefore, better opportunities for the younger generation to work and gain experience should be provided in order to address this issue. The region's high migration rates are a result of young people's profound sense of uncertainty about the future, which is also causing fertility rates to decline. Many young people are driven to look for better opportunities elsewhere by a combination of unemployment and unstable employment, poor governance, and a lack of involvement opportunities. Uncertainty, when combined with inadequate family support and services, pose a serious obstacle to young people who wanted or even wanting to have children. A comprehensive policy response addressing health, education, the labor market, political engagement, good governance, and social protection system fortification is needed to meet this challenge. Providing high-quality basic education is one way to aid in the development of skills. It is widely acknowledged that obtaining a good foundational education is essential to acquiring more skills. When people know how to use their skills effectively, productivity will rise. A talent war may result from a lack of highly skilled workers and a contracting labor pool which would lower worker productivity. As a result, collaboration between the government, businesses, and educational institutions are crucial to enabling employees to receive high-quality training and skill development. In order to stay relevant and meet the demands of the industry, these results can assist employees in advancing their careers. In order to continuously increase productivity, a nation with an aging population and low fertility rates needs to transition to a workforce that have better educated and skilled staff.
I'm going to continue the last part of this presentation, which is conclusion. So change in demographic and population are a hard process that influence so many things. So in the practice of ongoing growth and careful use of resources are the important part in dealing with the effect of people being born and change in population. Population and demographic show the importance of being fair, having diversity, and making sure all count. This change make a big impact on how the communities across the globe are made and operate. That's all from me. Thank you.